From the low desert and the forgotten edge of the American interior, I bid you good evening, or good morning, or whatever the hour has decided to be, wherever you and your radio happen to be keeping each other company tonight. I'm Hollis Crane. This is Past the Last Light. Tonight, something has been knocking. Not at a door, not at a window. Deeper than that. Deeper than anyone's door goes. And later this hour, and folks, I'll tell you plainly, I wasn't sure he'd go through with it until the phone rang. We're going to speak with the man who heard it first. He does not want to be on this program. He's coming on anyway. Make of that what you will. A few items off the wire for short ones, unconnected. As far as I can tell, and I've told you before what my as far as I can tell is worth. Out of Indiana, a piano tuner, 30 years in the trade, has now been called to the same farmhouse 4 times since March. Each time, the piano's low octave has gone a quarter tone flat. Only the low octave. He's replaced the strings. He's checked the soundboard, the pin block, the humidity. He says the piano is fine. He says, and this is his phrasing, not mine, the room is flat. Item 2. A public library in South Georgia every morning for 11 weeks. The staff have found the same book sitting on the returns cart. It's never checked out. It never leaves. It never leaves the building. The security gate has never once sounded. It's a field guide to moths. The head librarian has stopped reshelving it. She keeps it at the desk now. She says it seems to want to be near the door. And item 3, brief, but I couldn't let it go. A ranger station in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan reports a circle of bare ground out in the pine, about 40 feet across, where the snow will not lie, melts as it lands. Has done, the locals say, for years. The ranger asked me to pass along one thing, and only one thing. And I'm going to honor that. The circle is not growing. Please tell people the circle is not growing. Unquote. I've noticed, folks, that nobody asks you to say a thing like that until somebody's been asking. But the real story tonight comes up out of the ground in the boot heel country of southeast Missouri, New Madrid country, the old earthquake land. And the people down there know exactly what I mean by that. The state runs a network of seismic stations through that region. Instruments in the ground, listening around the clock the way they have for decades. Most of what they hear is trains and quarry work and the slow, ordinary groan of the continent doing whatever it is a continent does at night. On the 3rd of February of this year, at 11 minutes past 3 in the morning, 3 of those stations, 3 of them, miles apart, recorded something new. I have the printout. I'm looking at it right now. And I'll describe it to you exactly. Because this is a program where we describe things exactly. 3 pulses, evenly spaced. Then a silence of about 4 seconds. Then 3 more. 3. And then 3. And then nothing. Until the following night. 11 past 3. Same 3 stations. 3. And then 3. The depth reading, and I've had this checked by 2 people who do not know each other, puts the source at roughly 4 kilometers down. Folks, the deepest mine shaft in the state of Missouri doesn't reach 1/10 of that. Now, the State Geological Survey has a position on this. And in fairness, I'm going to read it to you because that's how we do things here. Quote, "The February signals have been attributed to instrument artifact and cultural noise. The network is functioning normally. No further review is planned." Unquote. Instrument artifact, cultural noise. No further review is planned. Here is what that statement does not mention. The original report, the first one, written in February, before anybody upstairs had read it, carried the name of the survey's senior seismologist. 22 years with the network. A careful man, a data man. The kind of man who has spent his whole career politely ruining stories like this one for people like me. 2 weeks after he filed that report, he retired. He has not said one public word about any of it. Not to the papers, not to the wire services, not to anybody. Until tonight. When we come back from the break, he's on the line. And I'll warn you now, folks, he is not a talker. What he gives in small coins. But he called me. I want you to remember that the whole way through what you're about to hear. He called me. Before we take that call, let me tell you about somebody new to this program anyway. They've been at it since 1951, which is longer than most of the things you own. I'm talking about the Copeland Provision Company, out of Ash Grove, Missouri. As it happens, a small world tonight. Now, Copeland does one thing. They put food by. Real meals, stews, soups, breads. You bake them from the tin. Sealed in steel, packed by hand. Rated to keep for 25 years. Not survival paste, not silver pouches of powder. Food. The kind you'd be quietly glad to sit down to, whatever the reason you're sitting down to it. And folks, I want to be plain about something, because I know how this category of product gets sold on other programs. Fear. Sirens. The end of everything, before midnight, order now. That is not what this is. The Copeland family will tell you themselves, most of their customers never open the crate. It goes to the cellar or the back of the pantry, and it just sits there, doing the one thing it was built to do. It keeps. And here's what I've come to believe doing this program as long as I have. Hearing what I hear. Peace of mind is not the crate. Peace of mind is every night you don't think about the crate. You sleep differently. I'm told this again and again in letters. You sleep differently in a house that's provisioned. You don't know why, you just do. People ask what I keep out here at the edge of nothing, 40 minutes from the nearest anything. And I'll tell you, there's a Copeland crate in my cellar. Been down there for 9 years. Never opened it. I check on it now and then. The way you'd look in on someone sleeping. The Copeland Provision Company, food that keeps. For whatever it is you feel coming. Tell them Hollis sent you. They'll know what that means. Don't go anywhere. The phone's lit up. Doctor, I want to thank you for calling the program. I know what it costs you to dial this number. Are you comfortable telling folks where you're speaking to us from?
My truck.
Your truck.
Didn't want to do this in the house.
All right. We'll leave that right where you set it down. Now, you spent 22 years listening to the ground in that part of Missouri. I have the February printout here in front of me. 3 pulses, a silence, 3 more. In your own words, what is that?
It's in the data.
It is in the data, but what is it, Doctor?
Repeating impulsive source 4 kilometers down, give or take.
4 kilometers. Now help me and the folks listening. What do we have? What does anybody have at 4 kilometers?
Nothing.
Nothing of ours.
Nothing of anybody's.
The survey says instrument artifact, cultural noise. You wrote the original report, Doctor. Did you write those words?
No.
You agree with them?
3 stations don't share an artifact.
No, I wouldn't think they do. Now, there's a piece of this you have never said out loud to anyone. And I believe it's the reason you're sitting in a truck in the dark, talking to me instead of sleeping. I'm not going to pull it out of you. I'm just going to leave the door open.
We ran a calibration shot. March, standard procedure, small charge, no location. You use it to check the network's ears.
How many pulses is a calibration shot?
1.
1. And the stations heard it?
They heard it. 40 minutes later, they heard it again.
An echo? Some kind of reflection?
40 minutes, Mr. Crane. Same signature, same spacing we'd used, but deeper. 4 kilometers deeper than where we set the charge.
Doctor, I have to ask it plainly, and then I'll let you go. Is there any way you'd sign your name to that sounds come back up out of the earth 40 minutes later from 4 kilometers below your charge?
We only fired once.
Doctor?
That's all I have.
He was 22 years at the same desk, folks. And he didn't want to do this in the house. I'll be honest with you. The way I try to be at this hour. I've been doing this program a long time. I've heard tapes that turned out to be furnace ducts, and lights that turned out to be Venus. And I've said so, on the air, every single time, because that's the deal you and I have. I don't have a furnace duct for you tonight. What I have is a careful man, a data man, who measured something knocking under Missouri. 3, and then 3. And when his own people knocked, just once, to test their own ears, something down there gave them back their knock, multiplied from deeper. Where I was raised, folks, a knock is the politest thing there is. A knock is how you say, I'm here and I'm asking. You knock and you wait and the waiting is the manners of it. 3, and then 3. 11 past 3 in the morning. Night after night after night. Whatever is down there, it has been knocking and waiting, knocking and waiting. And in March, without meaning to, with one small charge on a spring morning, entirely by accident, I believe somebody finally knocked back. I don't know what happens now. I want to be honest with you about that. I don't know what happens when it decides we've answered. We're going to leave it there. The doctor knows this program's number, and he knows my post office box. And I have a feeling, I'll say it no stronger than that, I have a feeling he isn't finished. When he's ready, we'll be here. That's how this works. And if you live in the Boot Heel, or anywhere, I suppose anywhere with ground under it, which I notice is everywhere, and you've heard something you've been telling yourself, was the water heater, or the trains, or the house settling, you know what to do. A letter. On paper, postmarked from wherever you are. You don't have to sign it. One small thing before I let you go. Tonight, before you turn in, put your hand flat on the lowest floor of your house, just for a moment. Just once. You're not listening for anything. You're just being polite. Be kind to the people you love, stay close to your radio, and good night from the low desert. This has been the program.